Oh, That's Random podcast. The show with a spin on everyday real life. Random topics that will have you like, what? With that guy, your guy, the one and only Nerdy G.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the show. It's your guy, the one and only Nerdy G, and I'm right in for it today. You in for a special one today. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time, listen, like, subscribe, share, listening, all that good old stuff. But listen, this is Oh That's Random podcast. I am Nerdy G, that guy, the one and only, and just understand me. What I do here is I talk about random things, period, right? It doesn't matter, everyday life stuff. Whatever comes to my mind, I'm going to share it with you. Simple, peaceful, all that, however it may come out. Normally, I don't talk about what's going on in the media because I feel like all of that is clickbaity, chatty, all of that, whatever the case may be. But today, you guys are in for a special treat, okay? Listen. I'm smiling. If you're watching this video live, I'm smiling. If you're listening, I hope you can hear the smile in my voice right now because this is going to be a good one. And listen, like I say, listen. So let me just get right to it. Listen, okay. So we're talking about Lizzo, okay? Lizzo in this lawsuit that came up, right? But listen, I'm here for the jokes, okay? I'm really here for the jokes and the jokes only. The reason why that is because we're talking about banana fantasies. We're talking about some chanting. We're talking about some mind games. We're talking about name drops. We're talking about PMR. And if you don't know what PMR is, keep listening. I'll explain that a little bit later on in the show. And then if we're talking about, calling people out. This is a fuck show. Yeah, I'm saying it early. It's a fuck show. Okay, I just want to put that out there. And listen, I know everybody's want to say, "Oh, you're gonna bash the accusers." Listen, no, yes, and no, all at the same time. It's not about bashing the accusers. It's about saying what's right. Let me just be out there. They made a misstep already by jumping on any platform and speaking about this. If I were in their position and I'm going to sue one of my former employers, you will never know about it. The public would never know about it. The reason being is now everything is up for public debate, right? And now what you have to do is you have to get the public on your side. But listen, you're going up against Lizzo and what Lizzo stands for. There's 3 of y'all, but only 2 of y'all are talking. And those 2 that are talking, y'all shouldn't have talked. Y'all shouldn't have talked. And with some of the things that I saw, right? And listen, I had to change my schedule to come and put this show together because y'all talked. I love Lizzo. Let's put that out there. I love Lizzo, what she stands for. Listen, not everybody wants to see how the hot dog is made. If you love a good hot dog or glizzy, as you guys like to say on the East Coast, fine, but you never want to see how that is made, okay? Y'all got out there and I don't know about this alleged banana fantasy, okay? I'm just going to put it out there. I don't know nothing about this fantasy. Okay, so what if I shared my fantasy with you, okay? And I shared it in a room where I thought I was safe, where I had some psychological safety, right? Where I thought I was amongst my peers and my friends, and I thought I can share this fantasy with you guys, and I thought that it would be okay, and I didn't think that nothing would come of it. But listen, if you start sharing stuff with me and I don't want to hear it, and I can sue you over it, oh, hello, guess what? I got a list, okay? I have a real list that I need to go ahead because there are some things that I've heard in my life, and I feel like I need pain and suffering from my ears because my ears don't work the same because of all of the foolery that I've been told voluntarily by somebody else. Yeah, I could have got up and walked away, but I didn't, right? Because, that would just be rude. But at the same time, does it really affect my life? And that's where I'm going with this, guys. Listening to them basically saying, okay, y'all went to the red light district in Amsterdam, right? I've never been to Amsterdam a day in my life, but I've heard the things, what goes on in the red light district. So if you go to the red light district, shenanigans are going to happen. So when shenanigans happen, you got to be there and you got to be ready for the shenanigans, right? Now, here's the kicker. I read what she said. She said it was more like, your turn, such and such, your turn. It was Ari. Your turn. She said no. And then she said, oh, come on, do it. And she says, no, I'm good, thanks, no thanks. And then Lizzo, allegedly, because everything is alleged, right? And then Lizzo starts to say, Ari, Ari, Ari. And then everybody else joins in the chant. And then she caves in and she gives in, right? Now listen, if you're going to sue me over a chant to say that I bullied you to do something, no. In that moment, you can still say no. Listen, we've seen it on TV all the time. Listen, I can chant, you can chant my name all damn day long. If I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. We have seen where on live TV where people have chanted and the person has still said no and the crowd turned on them and say, boo. It's okay. I don't give a care. You can boo me. Maybe, you know, I don't know what her mental state is. Maybe she didn't, you know, maybe she wasn't at that point where she doesn't feel like she has to fall into peer pressure. And maybe she's just still at that point in her life where she has to fall into peer pressure. You know, to each his own. But even with her coming back and saying, hey, you know, if you didn't do something, or Lizzo, if you weren't in Lizzo's favor, she's not going to put you on many shows. Listen. There are many places that you can go work and be a dancer. Get it. Lizzo is one that's advocating for big girls. Got it. Cool. Lizzo's show, when you go on the road with her, I'm pretty sure it's amazing. I've never been on there, but I've seen the show. I like the show. The show was nice. And you guys all seemed happy, go lucky to be there and be in that moment. But, you know, like I say, pulling back their curtain, seeing how the sausage is made, or the hot dog, or the glizzy, whatever the hell you want to call it, seeing how that is made, okay, and seeing how that is made, you know, you're not going to like every aspect of it. And because you don't like every aspect of it, you know, you get to say, hey, do I want to stay here in this? Or can I say, hey, I've got enough. I got enough experience here. I can go try somewhere else. It's what everybody does in corporate America. I don't know how it really works in that entertainment world, but I think that's kind of what they do too, because I know some of them bosses, they move around, they hop over from Def Jam to Atlantic to wherever, YouTube, they all do it. In every single business, they do it. They bounce around. Listen, hey, I got some experience over here. Let me go over here. And hey, I worked with this person and this person. But for you to say, it was just you stayed there for a while. And if it was just that horrible and it was that tantalizing, then maybe, just maybe, you know, you could have left. You could have did something totally different. You could have. You know, let's keep going. But these alleged mind games that you said that was going on, you said that she subtly, however you say that word, said that you gained weight. Okay? It's called the big girls. I would assume that the big girls are big girls. Okay? But if she didn't come out and say it, your name, then it's subjective, right? If she didn't come out and tell you, hey, you fat, you're gaining weight, your interpretation of whatever she's telling you in that moment is all subjective, right? My deal is this: I would need to hear the exact words that was said to you in that point of moment, and then say, okay, hey, because we know that people take subliminal shots. Right? It's like the art of calling someone out, right? Listen, we know one of our greats, the great Drake, the great Aubrey, right? The guy takes shots, and when he takes his shots, you have to go back and you have to look, you have to go do a ton of research to find out who he's talking about, who he's shooting shots at. But because he didn't put a bullet on that shot, then the name or whoever it is all subjective. We don't know exactly who it is. We can go and be internet investigator, reporter all we want to, but if we can't find out, like, you know, hey, this is who he was talking about? We can assume this is who he was talking about. Until a name is put on that bullet, then we don't know. It can go for anyone, right? It can go for anyone. But just to kind of say she never blatantly came out and said it, then that's your interpretation. She never, like you said yourself, Ari, you said she never came out and said it. So if she never came out and said it directly to you and blatantly said, hey, you're gaining weight with your fat ass, then, hey, it's subjective. You can't sue me for that. You can't sue me for maybe not, because, this is a business. Now, I get it. A lot of you guys out there are already talking about, oh, they crossed the lines of business and personal, blah, 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 blah. Listen, if I'm working and I feel that my boss has crossed the line between business and personal, and if I don't want that relationship with my boss, I'm quick to say, hey, but this is me. I'm quick to say, hey, we ain't like that. We ain't got that. Right, my one of my previous bosses in a past job told me some stuff personal about his life, and I was like, whoa, we not that cool, partner. We not that cool. So when you're not that cool, it's okay to tell that person. It's okay for you to be the one to step in and say, hey, I am going to be the one to say, we're going to keep this business and professional. It's not that hard. Howlin' Wolf did it. You seen Cadillac Records. He's like, pay me what you owe me. I don't borrow against the company. He didn't have no Cadillac. He had an old beat up pickup truck. So it's not that hard for you to do. And I get it. The pressures of the entertainment industry. We got to keep our, listen. You think Lizzo is taking those calls? You think when they're checking references, you think they're calling Lizzo and Lizzo go, oh yeah, I know that chick. She ain't blah, 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 blah. No, she's not doing that. I'm pretty sure she's not doing that, because y'all said she's not in the day to day, and y'all supposed to be building the case. But the more you're talking right now, you're letting guys like me and everybody else who has an opinion to come in and weigh in on what this case is going to be. To me, if y'all win anything in this case, right, based off of he say, she say, and it made me feel this way, or she did this. You got the proof, the benefit of it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. But if it works, that disrupts the way that our judicial system is today. And then, of course, that we're gonna see a lot of more lawsuits. And I'm gonna have a couple of my damn self. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna start suing a couple of people that I just, just because, hey, they said this, they made me feel this way, and now I'm this. Okay. Now listen, I want to talk about PMR. And if you guys don't know what PMR is, let me break it down to you. It's politics, money, and religion. Okay, politics, money, and religion. Those are the three things that you're never supposed to talk about, or it's frowned upon about talking about in a professional setting. Politics, money, and religion. Once again, politics, money, religion. Politics, money, religion. Yes, I did not say sex. Want me to tell you why I didn't say sex? Because some people prefer to talk to you about sex than they do to prefer to talk to you about politics, money, or religion. So sex is truly not off on the table, but it is frowned upon. So listen, if you can talk about sex with your peers. So if you're in a management group or a leadership group, you can talk about sex with them amongst them. You can't talk about it with a first line employee or somebody that's lower than you. Only with those people on the same level as you, and just so that you don't get. But of course, we know that a lot of people cross those lines, and of course, that's why we have a lot of these damn cases in corporate America coming out. Sexual harassment. A lot of companies sweep those things up under the rug. What they do, they end up letting the person go, and that person got to go fend for themselves out there in this big world where there's a lot of jobs that people don't want, and somebody's going to take them. And just hopefully they don't repeat the same mistake and talk about sex with somebody and then get another sexual harassment case. Because then I think after that, after one or two, your ass is grass. But in this instance, right, if the lines of professionalism and personal is getting blurred, it's up to that person who is, if I'm the worker and you're blurring these lines, it's up to me to say something, right? The person, the boss should know better, but maybe they don't know better. And because they don't know better, this is what we have to do. This is where we have to be. Sometimes you have to coach up in life, okay? If you don't know what that term is, it's called coaching up. Sometimes the person that may be over you may not know the right things to do, and it's okay for you to coach up to them and help them. It's not downing them or anything like that. It's just you helping them to be a better person, right? And that's it. That's all. No problems. No, it is what it is, right? But yeah, these. And I'm gonna just say this, this since I'm talking about PMR, politics, money, and religion. This coordinator that was allegedly said that she doesn't care. She's gonna share her faith and she's gonna talk about it with anybody. No job is gonna stop her. Well, look here, sweetheart. I'm gonna tell you this. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. I'm not against religion whatsoever, but listen, in a professional setting, you're not supposed to press or push your beliefs off on anyone. Listen, I believe that the sky is blue, right? I'm not going to force Larry, Sue, Joanne, or anybody to believe that the sky is blue. If they think that the sky is blue and they believe that the sky is blue, fine, they believe it too. But if they say, yo, nerdy, the sky is red, okay, hey, you got it. I'm not trying to push my belief off on them. I'm not going to try to go and grab science books and show them why I believe that the sky is blue. That's their own opinion, but I'm not going to try to force it on them, right? That could make for a hostile work environment because of people's beliefs, right? And then when you try to push it on them, everybody can have their own belief. As long as you don't try to push it on them, it's fine. It's fine. It's the same thing with it's the same thing with the community, right? We support the community, right? And if y'all don't know what community I'm talking about the LGBT plus community. I support the community, right? As long as you don't try to push your views on me, I'm fine. I have no issue, because when I look at the LGBT plus, I know I'm missing some letters, but I just call y'all the community because it's a lot of letters. But I look at you guys as people. So what I see is people. I don't see your sexuality. I see people. And so what I do is I talk to people. I support people, right? I don't support, if they have a cause and I feel like it's something that I want to support, then I'm going to support it on my own. It's not going to be, hey, I'm supporting, or I want you to force what your lifestyle beliefs are on me, because I will never force my lifestyle beliefs on you. Okay, not serious out. Skip this right over that. Okay, but yeah. So, lady, if you walking around and like what I think was crazy, she said in one alleged conversation, I got to keep saying alleged, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, but in one alleged conversation, she was talking about somebody's virginity and talking down on somebody's virginity, and then turned around and started talking down on people who had premarital sex. Now, look, damn it. Okay, look her, Bible thumper. Something got to give, okay? Something got to give, all right? Either you are in love with Jesus, right, and you're going to praise those who wait to marriage and do the do, but you can't shit on a virgin. If a virgin says, hey, I'm waiting until I get married, then you should be praising that person, but you can't shit on the person who's a virgin and be like, oh, I can't believe you're still a virgin, but then turn around and shit on the people who had sex before marriage. So if she wasn't a virgin and had sex before marriage, you shitting on her. Oh my God, it doesn't make any sense. But if that was something that happened like in the same setting, that is wild. Like, you need to be removed. You need to be removed. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, listen, in my leadership role that I've had, I've been the one that, let me pull you to the side. Can't do that. No, listen. Hey, PMR, okay, politics, money, religion. We don't do that. You go anywhere else you want to. Politics, money, religion. Pull that back. Dial that. I don't want nobody to get upset. I'm not trying to get nobody. I don't want nobody to get upset. I don't want HR coming in, because HR gonna be like, yo, what the fuck, dude? And then you got to deal with that. Whole different thing, right? Same thing in the entertainment business, right? We know that there's some, the pressure, because it's a brand. Lizzo is a brand, right? Lizzo is big in, the pressures of her keeping up what she has. There's things that she has to do, and she has to protect herself. She needs to surround herself around people to protect herself, right? She can't surround herself around some religious pushing forward, hey, I'm gonna make everybody around her uncomfortable. If you see that, or if you are aware of that, which some of them said that they wasn't aware, that they feel that she wasn't aware, but she knew that the coordinator was very religious, allegedly. She knew that the coordinator was very religious, but if it was a problem, somebody should have brought it to some management, right? Because of course we know that Lizzo's not handling the day to day, but somebody should have brought it to their attention. And said, yo, we got to do something about this, because it's making not only this person uncomfortable, but this person uncomfortable. A lot of people uncomfortable. That's what we don't want. We don't want a lot of people to be uncomfortable when they're in their workspace, because if it does become a hostile work environment, there are rules and regulations that are set in place, and hey, you can end up in a lawsuit. This is where I do see the lawsuit being something because of the religious aspect. But far as the he say, she say stuff, listen, like I say, speculation. If you don't interpret something the right way, or you think I called you a fat ass, but you were not sure that I called you a fat ass, or I told you that you was getting fat, but you're unclear and you don't ask me, you can't go to the next person and say, I'm not sure if he called me fat, or he told me that I was gaining weight. Okay, did you ask him? Was he telling you that you were gaining weight? No. Okay, well, because you didn't ask, you don't know, so you can't speculate or you can't suggest that that's what it was. Now, if you want to put the conversation out word for word, what was said, if you have a recording, then we'll listen to it, and then if we know that there are some subliminal shots there, we can see those shots. But how do we know that those shots are taken at you if she didn't put a name on the bullet and say your name specifically? Because you already said, once again, she didn't blatantly come out and say it. She just kind of like hinted around it, underline airy. I don't know what that means. Underline air, all in the air. I mean, hell, there's a lot of things in the cloud, but we don't see them. And if it's not a name on the bullet, once again, how do we know, right? Yeah, but you shouldn't be on TV. You shouldn't be on TMZ. You shouldn't be on CBS, right? Because now you're in public court in this lawsuit. This frivolous lawsuit may be done before it even actually hits our courts, because you guys, it's easy for us to go through and pick apart everything that you're saying, and it's just horrible. And then we have video of you coming back and saying, oh, it's the best time of my life, I like this and this, da 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 da. Okay, you're praising her. If you're praising her in one instance and then trying to say, hey, she was this bad and she was this horrible and X, Y, and Z, then that is something different that we have to talk about, because you still stayed there. Listen, I've said this in another one of my shows, right? It's a job. We have the right today to go pick and choose any job that we want to be, right? Where we want to work. Now, necessarily, if we got the skills for it, that's a whole nother deal, right? But if I don't want to work at McDonald's, I can go work at Burger King. And if I don't want to work at Burger King, I can go work at Taco Bell. I have that option. If my situation is bad with Taco Bell and I'm just like, yo, man, this is crazy over here, they ain't treating me right, but guess what? I can quit and I can go somewhere else. In the entertainment business, listen, references. Hey, I used to work here. Here's my work. This is what I did. Now, I know there's some behind the scenes, don't fuck with this person, don't fuck with that person, however that works. But you got to bet on yourself, ladies, dancers. You got to bet on yourself. Homegirl that ain't saying nothing, Miss Rodriguez, I think that's her name. Yo, she doing the best thing. And I'm telling you right now, if you listen to me, if you catch this, somebody send this to you, Nerdy says, keep muted. Stay muted up. Go to court. Do what you got to do. Don't get on the screen like Williams and Ari, or I don't even like that's bad, right? But don't get on the screen like these other two and start talking, because now you leave it open to public court opinion, and you know how we gonna do. We gonna kill you. We gonna kill you. Well, she didn't say. So listen, I'm gonna tell you, like this whole chanting thing where she just say Ari, Ari. Listen, I don't even want to go to the damn sport. I don't even want to go to a Mavericks game now and chant, because hey, if something happened bad, or let's take it baseball with homeboy. It was like round steal, and homeboy stole first base, and then he slide. Y'all seen the meme where he slid on second base and his face went into homeboy's butt, and if he felt like there was some damage and he felt a certain kind of way, now what if he want to say, yo, everybody that was chanting for me to steal, I want to sue all of them? Just think about how that would look. That would look freaking ridiculous. But if you put that out there and say, yo, I felt the pressure to steal second base, or I felt the pressure to steal first base, and then when I did it, my face ran into this man's rear end, and now I'm a meme. I feel upset. I feel hurt. I got damages. My mental is not right. It hasn't been the same. And he decides to sue everybody that chanted for him to steal. There we go. Think about it. It sounds crazy. That's what it is. Nobody can chant your name and make you do anything that you don't want to do. I don't care how uncomfortable you feel. You still got up and did it. It's not like she forced you to. And if you say, oh, I was scared of retaliation. Well, what kind of retaliation? Just because you don't get booked on more shows? Now you got to prove that that's something that she does. And how do you prove that? Where's the proof? And maybe you do got the proof. I don't know. But that's going to be kind of hard to prove and say, okay, even if you do sue Lizzo, and I know y'all suing the company as well, the big girl dance company as well, you have to show where that's a thing. You have to prove that this is why those decisions are made, right? And how do you know? Maybe they're just switching up the lineup, and if they switch up the lineup all the time, then that's what it is, right? And homeboy that did the documentary, or whoever that was that did the documentary, came out and said, oh my God, she was such hard to work with, blah, 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 blah. Listen, don't take this time. I strongly dislike, because hate is a strong word, but I strongly dislike when y'all come out and same thing like how they did with the Jonathan Majors thing, right? These people have been hard to work with before a lawsuit came out or before they got some negative press. So if there was something that you wanted to say, you could have said your piece at any given time. We have platforms. I have a platform. Everybody has a platform. You have a phone, you have a platform. Use it wisely. So if you want to talk about this person, go ahead and talk about this person. If it's going to affect your livelihood and how you do and how you move in your field, and you feel like, you know what, I shouldn't talk about that, then don't talk about it. But don't jump on the bandwagon when somebody else comes out and be like, oh yeah, man, that person was hard and difficult to work with, and it's like, I'm glad I dodged this situation. You don't know. You don't know that you dodged the situation. You don't know what was going on and what was transpiring during that time. I understand that these entertainers, right? And I know I gotta humanize these entertainers because we don't see them as humans. Basically, what we see them as is an entertainer. I don't give a shit what you going through in life. When the next album. I don't give a shit what you going through. When your next movie dropping. I don't give a shit what you going through. Is it deadly? Are you gonna make it? Okay, Jamie Foxx, get your ass back out here and do something. Where Kyle Tyrone at? What's the next movie, man? When you getting back on Shazam? All of those things, as fans, that's how we treat our entertainers. But our entertainers are human, just like us. They go through emotional things. They have breakdowns that we don't see. They have bad days. Some of them, don't get out of bed 4 days, and we will never know that because they won't share that with us, because it's a piece of their life that they have to keep to themselves. Because if they share that with us, then there's going to be some love and then there's going to be some hate all at the same time. So it's a give and take. So you don't know what was going on with Lizzo at that time. If she was difficult, you know what I'm saying? Is it that she was difficult, or is it that she had a certain vision for the documentary that she wanted you to shoot or you wanted to shoot for her? I don't think that when a person, period, whether it be female or male, when they are direct about what it is that they want, when it's about their image, I don't think that that's a problem with that. I don't think it's a problem with that at all. But what I don't want to just say, oh, that person's a bitch, oh, that person's an asshole, or that person's hard to work with, or that person's challenging to work with. It doesn't make sense just because that person is direct. It's the way that they communicate. Maybe they can communicate in a different form, and maybe you have to step up and say, okay, hey, listen, I get what you're saying, but you don't have to be that rough with me, and I don't respond to that. And it's not hard to say that, and I get it. And if that person says, hey, this is just the way I am, or whatever the case may be, if they say, this is the way I'm going to be, then you still have a option to say, I'm gonna keep working with this. I don't care how big this may be for your career, but you have an option to say, either I'm gonna work with this or I'm not gonna work with this. And you can walk away. That person, you walked away from it after 14 days. Cool, whatever. But don't talk about it now. Don't talk about it. Don't wait till something comes out and then talk about it. You should have talked about it right after the end. But if you felt that was gonna hurt your chances in your career, still did today. Maybe not. But don't bandwagon. All you bandwagoners, keep your ass over there to the side. But with all that being said, listen, y'all know I'm not gonna be the dead horse. These ladies here, y'all should have shut up. Y'all should have muted up. Stay off the TV. Whoever your lawyer is, keep them off the TV, sir. And probably go get you another lawyer or whatever the case. But to work this out, however y'all gonna do it, y'all do what y'all gotta do. Listen, PMR, politics, money, religion. Don't talk about that stuff at work. Keep that to yourself. Keep that to keep it to yourself. Okay. Don't even mention it. Right. If you got some people, if entertainers, content creators, all of you guys, if you got a team and they got a little quirk where they got a hard on for what they believe in, make sure that they check that at the door. This professionalism and personal life, learn how to draw the lines. When we work, and I get it with entertainers. Hey, we on the road, X, Y, and Z. We would love to be that. We would love to move as a family and as a unit, because this is a brand. This is them trying to build a corporation. But everything got to be tight. You got to have certain people in place to take care of that. And this is a learning lesson for Lizzo, and this is going to be a learning lesson for these ladies. Listen, once again, Lizzo is not the only person in town that is hiring dancers. You guys can go and find other jobs dancing. Yeah, Lizzo is the biggest person ripping for the big girls right now. So, yeah, I would see why you won't want to stay in that. But if you stay in it, you whatever comes with it, as long as it's not very unethical or where it's at a point to where it's damaging physically. And I know we talk about the mental, right? We got to be careful when we talk about people's mental health, but understand that we do have a choice. Just because you don't want to lose this opportunity with this person, just because you walk away from it does not mean that you won't get an opportunity with another person. But you know me, I'm not going to be the dead horse. Once again, listen, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a little music and then I'm going to get back and I'm going to close out the show. I'm your guy, Nerdy G, so hold tight and you know it's about goddamn time. All right, let's do this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's what it was. That is about damn time. She gonna be okay, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that true. I truly do believe that. That's Lizzo. Y'all know what it is. Once again, this is That's Random Podcast. I am your host, that guy, Nerdy G, your guy, the one and only. Listen, be sure to like, subscribe, share. Links in the description for the merchandise, right? Go get the book. You may not be... this may not be for you, right? But go check out the book. Link all in the description. Support the brand. The brand is Nerdy's Umbrella. Big changes coming in the future. Be on the lookout for that. Big things coming up this month. So be on the lookout. Listen, we're getting bigger, better. All things Nerdy's Umbrella. Every platform, whatever you see, Nerdy's Umbrella. That's it. Not nerdysumbrella.com, Nerdy's Umbrella Twitter, Nerdy's Umbrella Instagram, Facebook. It's all there, man. Listen, just go check us out, and we do bigger and better things. Until next time, once again, I am your host, that guy, Nerdy G. Just call me Nerdy. I'm out.